The WNBA All-Star starters have been announced, y'all. They've been announced. Y'all want to guess who not starting? Hey, listen, some people don't belong in certain conversations.
How do you go from the cover of every sports magazine to missing the WNBA All-Star game entirely? That's the question Angel Reese is waking up to this week. After all the noise, all the headlines, and all the social media hype, Reese didn't just fall short of being named an All-Star starter. She didn't even make the reserves list. Not one slot, nothing. And this isn't just a minor snub. We're talking about a player Forbes literally called the co-face of the WNBA alongside Caitlin Clark.
Claim to be fans of Paige, claim to be fans of Angel Reese. Every single one of them, instead of watching the player they claim to be fans of, which we know they're not really fans of those players because nobody watches those players. We can see it in the ratings numbers. They were all watching Caitlin Clark play just to hate watch. They would all rather watch Caitlin Clark than the players that they pretend to be fans of. And realistically, they're not even fans of those players. They just hate Caitlin Clark. They hate Caitlin Clark, and because of that, they are fans. They stan players that she's against as some sort of weird rival, not even weird rivalry.
The league itself leaned all the way in, marketing Reese as part of a new wave of stars. But when the dust settled, the voting results told a completely different story. While fans, media, and players all had their say, Reese barely cracked the top 15. For someone who's been everywhere off the court, her absence on the actual court's biggest showcase speaks volumes. It's not hate, it's a reality check.
Let's keep it real. Did y'all think Angel Reese was gonna be started? Wait. Don't get mad at me. Why you bringing up age? Hey. You don't tell me nothing, cause I'ma tell you something. Listen, man. Them Instagram followers and all that, it don't translate to the court. Y'all not voting, bro. It's as simple as that. These starters are about, you got like fan votes come into play here. Y'all wasn't voting for her like that, bro. Stop it. Just stop.
Let's talk numbers, because they don't lie. And in Angel Reese's case, they're loud. Despite practically begging her fans on social media to vote, Reese only pulled in about 500,000 votes. That might sound decent, until you realize Caitlin Clark more than doubled her total, racking up nearly 1.3 million. This wasn't just a popularity contest, this was a statement. And here's where it gets even messier. All-Star voting isn't just fans, it's also media and players, each with 25% of the power. And guess who didn't show up on any of their ballots? Yup, Angel Reese. The same media outlets that once crowned her the next big thing, silent. And the players who share the floor with her, they passed too. Meanwhile, Clark didn't just top the charts, she was the unanimous pick across all major media ballots. That's not clout, that's credibility. And for Angel, that ballot box silence is more brutal than any headline ever could be.
The mainstream media has been trying to convince us that Angel Reese is a huge star. Some in the media even do investigative journalism and claim that Angel Reese is the face of the WNBA because she leads the league in followers on social media, along with missed layups and a complete lack of athleticism.
Forget the filters, let's look at the raw numbers. Angel Reese is averaging 11.3 points, 11.9 rebounds, and shooting just 38.9% from the field. For a 6'3" forward, known for her size and rebounding prowess, that shooting percentage is rough. And it's not just a small dip, it's a glaring drop from last season. Even her rebounding, the one area that's supposed to be her calling card, is down more than a full board per game. These aren't all-star numbers. They're barely solid role player stats. Sure, the rebounds look decent at first glance, but pair that with inconsistent finishes, missed layups, and a field goal percentage below 40%, suddenly the hype starts feeling a little hollow. You can't just be tall and talk loud. You've got to perform, and right now the numbers are quietly exposing a major disconnect between Angel Reese's spotlight and her actual impact on the floor.
I mean, we got to remember, they may put Angel Reese on their backs and try to carry her across the finish line, for crying out loud. But my goodness, what a difference. What a difference in the media from this time last year. People are finally catching on. Basketball fans, actual basketball fans that know anything about basketball, they've caught on. There's no doubt about it.
Angel Reese has been everywhere. Magazine covers, commercials, highlight edits, podcast clips, you name it. The media propped her up like the next generational icon before she ever proved it on a WNBA court. But there's a big difference between image and impact, and that gap just got exposed in front of the entire league. Reese might dominate social media, but dominating on the hardwood is a whole different beast. The league leaned into the narrative, giving her the superstar treatment early, assuming her fame would carry over. But fame doesn't win games. Fans aren't voting based on Instagram likes. They're watching who shows up and delivers. The All-Star voting made that crystal clear. Because when the moment came to convert all that visibility into validation, the votes dried up. Her impact never caught up to her image, and now the disconnect is too obvious to ignore. Flash doesn't mean finish, and the finish line for All-Star? She never made it past the starting blocks. While Angel Reese was online rallying the troops, asking fans to hit the polls like it was senior prom court, Caitlin Clark was just hooping, and the fans showed up for her in record numbers. No dramatic campaigns, no vote for me, IG lives, no hashtag hustles. Clark let her game do the talking, and nearly 1.3 million people responded. That's almost triple Reese's vote count. The difference? Clark isn't just viral, she's valuable. She's knocking down logo threes, flipping momentum in games, and packing arenas from coast to coast. Meanwhile, Reese was out here treating the All-Star vote like a popularity contest she was owed, not earned, and fans noticed. Because here's the thing, you can't force All-Star status, it has to be felt. Caitlin didn't have to beg for a thing. She played her way into people's hearts and onto their ballots. Angel asked for the crown. Caitlin earned it, and that's the difference that's echoing through the league right now. Not long ago, the media couldn't get enough of Angel Reese. Every outlet had her name in bold, the next face of the league, game changer, icon in the making. But now, crickets. The same journalists and networks that once built her up are suddenly nowhere to be found when it's time to cast real votes. Sports Illustrated, USA Today, not a single All-Star ballot with her name on it. Even Megan Hall, who once hyped up Reese as the league's future, left her completely off the list. That's not a minor oversight, it's a massive pivot. It shows that when media members had to put their professional stamp on who deserves that All-Star shine, they quietly slid Reese's name to the side. And that silence, it's louder than any praise they've ever given. The hype machine ran out of gas, because when performance didn't match the promo, even the media, yes, the ones who helped build the Angel Reese brand, hit the brakes hard. It wasn't long ago that Angel Reese was the media's golden child. She was everywhere. Glossy photo shoots, viral quotes, bold statements like, "It's not just one person, it's me too." That line, it aged like milk. Because while she positioned herself as a co-headliner with Caitlin Clark, the All-Star votes told a brutally different story. Reese didn't just miss the top 5 or top 10, she landed in 13th place. That's not just a snub, that's a fall from grace. The same fans who once cheered her rise turned to players with actual production when it came time to vote. The same media that followed her every step started quietly shifting their spotlight elsewhere. Why? Because fandom is fickle, and All-Star ballots don't care about TikTok trends. They care about buckets. Reese's momentum didn't just stall, it completely vanished. Now the question isn't whether she deserved to start. Here's the bottom line. You can have all the followers, all the filters, and all the flashy headlines, but you can't Photoshop respect in the WNBA. That has to be earned the hard way, between the lines. Angel Reese got the red carpet treatment from the media. They tried to carry her across the all-star finish line on the back of hype, but once it came time to vote, fans, players, and journalists all said the same thing without saying a word, not yet. This wasn't a rigged system or some grand conspiracy. It was the basketball world giving her a dose of truth. If Reese wants to wear the crown, she's gonna have to fight for it like everyone else. And hey, maybe this is her wake-up call. Maybe she takes the L, comes back stronger, and proves she's more than a storyline. But until then, the league moves on. And speaking of moving, if you think the voters got this one right or totally blew it, sound off in the comments. Like the video, drop your take, and smash that subscribe button harder than Caitlin Clark smashes record books. We've got plenty more fire coming. Don't miss what's next.